Hello, gentle beings, people, citizens of honest gaming. Welcome to Cliff. This is going to be an unstructured video because I thought it would be fun. Now, to introduce a bit of structure into what is already a totally chaotic video, as we can see. I want to start bringing back my Q&A segments, because that was really fun, even though I only did one episode, and the community has grown substantially since then, so I thought it'd be really fun. So, how that works is basically, if you have any questions about me, about life, the universe, anything about World of Tanks, drop them in the comments section down below, and I will do an entire individual video just responding to those questions, and it'll be edited and stylized, and it'll be good fun. Okay, and by the way, I have a KV-2 live game highlight that I can't decide whether to upload onto the channel or not, so if you want that gameplay to go live on the channel as a bonus video, put KV-2 hype in the comments or something akin to that nature. Now, unstructured gameplay. I like to consider myself very good at talking and pulling something out my ass when I have nothing on my plate. That is the weirdest analogy. Oh no. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to go into this completely unprepared because I thought it was a good way of getting something that's derived entirely from the gameplay and not something that's just conjured up from my own imagination. So hopefully, I'm going to cover things that adhere to general gameplay, maybe some gameplay nuances. You see me play in the Charioteer here, which is just a beautiful tank. You know what, I want a monologue about TD mentality. I mean, you're seeing me play this tank like a medium tank. I mean, 52 kilometers an hour top speed, 650 horsepower engine, it weighs 30 tons, it's got a very, very good horsepower to ton ratio and 10 degrees of gun depression. It's a very, very versatile tank, and not one that I would waste sitting at the back of the map, and that's why I don't like TDs in general, because the mentality for TDs and TD players is so skewed. It's like TDs have better guns than equal tier tanks, don't they? They have better guns. And so, it pains me when you see those tanks thinking that they have to camp at the back of the map because they have an upside down triangle above their name. Get yourself involved, you have a better gun than any other class at the tier. You should be up there losing it. And for those people who have the mentality of like, oh, I'm going to sit at the back and wait for this flank to lose so that I can have a good game, that's what camping is, isn't it? Like, I'll sit at the back here. If that flank dies, then I get to have a good game. Yay! I mean, I could have gone up there, got a load of damage and stopped the flank from being lost in the first place, but my ways, no, just, I don't get why TDs camp at the back so consistently. There are times where it is appropriate. I'm not trying to blanket cover all TD play here, but for me, I just can't stand sitting at the back of the map, especially in TD as versatile as this. Well, hell, I play like this in the Borsig, so, but I mean, that's just my stupidity rather than anything else. So, what can I say about the not Challenger? By the way, if you want to grind up this line, Challenger's getting a buff. And, fun fact, Challenger has really weak armor, but at the back of the Challenger it's 200mm. Seriously, look at it in the gangage, it's 200mm at the back. Why it's 200mm, I have absolutely no idea. But still, that's pretty damn funny when people shoot you in the back of the tongue in that tank. Gun stabilization. It's akin to something like an Object 430. It's got a really, really good gun. 5.94 grams per minute, 0.25 accuracy, and 0.25 accuracy and 2.4 second aim time, I believe. But the gun dispersion, my god! It's painful to bear. I mean, you can see it here. Look at that bloom when I move, and look how long it takes to settle down. I mean, that is really the Achilles heel of this tank, and it brings me on to a point. R and F. I've discussed this before in a gameplay nuances video, but as I said, I wanted to cover it again because my community has doubled, tripled in size since then. R and F allow you to move your tank at very low speeds, whereas if you tap W and S, or whatever keys you use to maneuver your tank, you go forward and backwards with so little control, and therefore your gun balloons, your aim circle gets massive. And so what I do in a tank with this poor gun stabilization, you'll see it in this gameplay in a minute, is I use the R and F functions to keep my gun stable while I'm hunting for a shot, mainly when I'm coming over the gunge line and when I'm coming out from behind cover. Look at this, right? I'm moving forward at 5 kilometers an hour. I'm clearing up a shot on where I want to aim, and yet, look at my lenticule. It will actually get smaller as I'm moving closer to the position where I want to take a shot. So I'm aiming as I'm coming out, whereas if I'm tapping W, I come out, I'm in the open, and then I have to aim. Whereas this method, you cut out the middleman. You just go out, and you fire instantly, you pull back. It saves so much damage from being taken, and it's so helpful. In something like a T49 or something, because what I do in T49 is I'm behind cover. Let's say I want to aim at like ELC in the T49, right? So I aim at him right here, and I wait for my gun bloom to get small. I keep it on him, and then I'd scope in on the ELC, and I'd aim like that, and then I'd tap R once. And I'd keep moving, and my gun would be aiming and aiming and aiming, and as soon as I get around the corner, I'm already fully aimed, so I don't have to spend that, 20.6 second aim time that the T49 has out in the open in front of the enemy guns, because I'm already aimed. I've spent the time that I'm spending acquiring the shot aiming the gun. I don't think there's anything that is more helpful and more basic. Like, as a balance between those two things, ease of performance and helpfulness, I just think that is epic. You can see it again here, tapping the F function. I'm trenching back into cover, keeping my mobility up so we don't get hit by the enemy arty, but the gun bloom of the Charioteer is still good enough that I can hit targets reliably. And watch it again, here, watch it again. R function, my gun's aiming, I'm aiming, I'm fully aimed. As I come up, I'm fully aimed, and I managed to hit that guy. I guarantee you, if I'd been less a skilled player there, who was using the W key, I would have come up, gun bloom, side of the sun, Panther, gets the shot out, falls back. No way I would have hit him. No way. It's so important. It really is. Okay, so let's discuss some gameplay now, shall we? Well, we've been doing that already, but specifics of this game. So, 1-2 lines are no-go, right? There are two IS-20s over there. There's the Jagdpanzer Flak Panzer down there as well. Now, the IS-20s are kind of winning. Really winning. And so, I know that eventually we're going to lose the 1-2 line. Now, staying here isn't really an option for me because there's two enemy arty in play and this location isn't really open. Now, I could potentially outplay these IS-20s with the high ground here, but as I said, arty, Panther M10 is located around this location. So, I mean, you can see what's going to happen if I stay here. My options for outplaying the IS-20s that would come up the 1-2 line would be on the high ground, and you have two options for that. One is here, and one is here. This one is more preferable because it consolidates fire support from my team, but I have no team in the middle. I have no presence. They're all pushing around the 8-9 line, so that's a no-go. As well as incurring fire from the enemy arty, which would be the same problem here, although there I get shot by the Panther M10 as well. So there's no opportunity for me to stay here right now, because I know that we're going to lose this flank, and there's going to be nothing I can do, and I'll just die. So at this point, my only chance is to relocate over to the 8-9 line of the map, because I know that is a flank that we're going to win. I want to get over there, I want to clear that flank up before we lose the 1-2 line, so that we can emphasize all of our tanks in one single combat. Right now, we got tanks all over the place. I mean, this is kind of the nature of the land of battle on Cliff. It's just on all sides, generally. I mean, teams just meet in the middle of the tanks every which way, where there's no really passageway that's left unchecked on Cliff, because it is for all intents and purposes, it's a quite linear map, if you look at it like that. Every area of the map basically influences every other area to a certain extent. Now, what the end game is, we clear the 8-9 line, and at that point, we then have all of our tanks in the position where we can work with the flashlight analogy. We can make sure we have all the enemy tanks in one area of 30 degrees or however many degrees in front of our tank, which is something that you should always look to be doing in World of Tanks, because it just allows you ease of combat. Now, I'm trying to get the jump on this Panther M10 here, but then the AMX comes off the hill, and that surprises me, mainly because it's a really stupid thing to do. Like, I mean, it's a really stupid thing. Like, I saw him up there, and I was just like, okay, he's gonna fall back into cover as soon as he sees me, but nope. And this is something, isn't it? As I said in my last video, bad players are scarier to me than good players. I mean, this guy's not bad. I don't, you know, he's quite a respectable player in his own right. But it's just odd. It's a really odd thing to do. Now, I'm not going to snap the shot here because I know the bad gun stabilization of the Charioteer. And I'm in a really sticky situation here. I've got the Skoda T25, who luckily I don't think has the autoloader. From the damage that he put out to me there, unless he just lost the shot. Now, I'm going to try and delay the combat with this guy, but he shoots straight from the house, which should allow my Panther 88. I try and get the glam on him there, but no luck. Panther 88 does indeed take him out. But that's half our health squandered. The IS-20s are pushing around the 1-2 line, as we thought they might. You can see the purpose in getting out of that location right now, because we need to take the hill, and that is not what I wanted to see here. So, when I said win the 8-9 line, I was never going to go blazing around the linear passageway into that fight right there. Our team had got the upper hand on that anyway. It's pointless me going around there as well. It'll just add to the chaos. Where I can get control and establish a good position for domination over the rest of the map is what? High ground! We know this, don't we? We know high ground is better. The hill on cliff is a fine example on this. It's one of the few positions that gives a better example of it than the hill on mines, which dominates the entire map. I mean, cliff is even higher, so is it better or worse example? Because gun depression is harder on the... don't know. Either way, that is our end game. We want to get up to the top of the cliff and help our team to enforce their power on the Zinger line. And you can see how keen I am to get up here. I know this target is going to be proxy detecting me. I know I'm going to have incoming fire from the Skoda T25. But at this point, oh, thank God, one of the IS-20s has gone down. But at this point, I have a hard time limit. I am not going to be able to get up onto the hill soon. This Panther 88 is holding back there. I don't expect him to move. This Mod 1 may well have relocated around here to support his team. I'm unsure at this stage. But Tiger 1's still in the middle. That's a proxy spot for me heading up to the hill. Now, the Skoda T25 is quite likely to hold up this corner, but he'll have his attention distracted by this Panther 88, obviously spotted by this IS-20. However, we're most likely going to lose this combat due to the influence of this IS-20 and our IS-20 being on low hit points for the 8 hit points over there, with the influence of the Skoda T25 and whatever support this Panther M10 can give. If this guy gets pressured, we're undoubtedly going to lose this area of the map, which means this IS-20 is going to climb up into this location, supported by, or encouraged by his medium tanks flying around here behind him, and he's going to put out supporting fire to the side of the hill. At which point, if I'm still here and proxy spotted by that Tiger 1, that means that I've no longer got access to the top of the hill, and my next best bet would be to fall back to a location probably behind these rocks here, maybe even at the back of the base with this T28 prototype. I have to get up to the top of the hill now because the enemy still have a presence on it, and that is weak right now. In a short while, my opportunity to take this hill will close off. So, let's hope that we can do it. Luckily, the 12 team makes a complete YOLO mission and actually gives me some pretty good cover while I get up here. And I know that our IS-20 has died down there. I'm just looking at that IS-20 thinking, and I'm not stopping at this point. I do not want to stop here. I need to get to the hill because it's going to win this game. It's 4-5 at the moment. Our best bet of winning this game is going to be me securing the hill position, because other than the fact that I can see further, I can shoot further, I'm going to be a good distraction for these guys. There's nothing that distracts you from tanks in front of you, like a Charioteer popping up above you, and it does look like this guy's rather disturbed by that occurrence. Now I'm loading my beautiful 105mm pen S shells, but we shan't need them. Going back to 268mm pen APCR, and I'll tell you what, just to let you guys know, I have a 5-skill crew on this tank. What you're seeing is the absolute pinnacle of the gun performance. You will not ever get it performing any better than what I have it being showcased here. It is bad. It is, for this kind of playstyle, if you play it more defensive with a coming out and binos, you're camping at the back of the map, you probably won't mind as much, but I play it like a medium. And the gun does bother you, so that's why I pounced on the opportunity to cover the RNF function. I should patent that maneuver, because I don't see any other unicums doing it. I think it's something that I do, which I'm proud of, you know? It's quite nice. Being tapped again to stabilise my gun as I come over and get the gun depression. I'm cutting out that aim time. See, I had like, I don't know, half a second of aim time left by the time I came over. Which is always just so nice. And at this point, high ground. High ground. I mean, I've covered before why it's so important. But, I mean, it bears saying it again and again and again, because there's no chance that we're going to lose this game with me up here. Because I'm never going to abandon the high ground. I'm never going to, unless I accidentally cock up and slide down to my gruesome demise below, I'm not going to come off here. Even if I see an opportunity on 2 low health tanks that are on full health right now, I'm still not going to go off, because I know, I'm thinking about the future of the engagement, right? Even if these guys are alive, what the hell can they do? All I need to do is stay up on the hill, and that negates their combat. It negates their effectiveness for the entire game. Not just a short period where they're making an engagement with my team. If I'm up here and being vigilant about keeping my awareness up, poking over the edges, I can always know where they are, and if they try and make a move, I can judge my combat perfectly and take them out or put harassing fire into them as they move. But the ball's in my court, because I can just wait. I can wait and say, okay, you can either come up to the hill, come up below me so that I can put a shot into you as you close, and then win that engagement like that, or you can try and get out and I'm going to spot you from a mile off and just make your face. Like, that's another power of the high ground, and one I fully intend to use in this game. Trying to nab a shot into the top of mod 1 there, no luck, but our distraction sees a Centurion able to take him out. And look at this, look at the same time. I don't know, I mean, it's not so much the aim time. I mean, 2.4 seconds for 390 alpha is good. I mean, that tier 8 is very respectable, but it's just a gun bloom, and you can see me compensate for it again here. I'm tapping R once. This can enable my gun to be pretty much stable. I did hit W there, which is why my gun bloomed, but it means that we have to spend less time out in the open spotted. Now we're going to absolutely nail our combat with new physics, getting down this beast of a hill here. I meant to do that. Yeah, physics. But yeah, we're gonna end up doing something like, I don't know, almost 5k damage in this game, which was a pretty damn good game. I mean, I've got a Bradley Walters in this tank. I've played about 20 games in it. I do really love it. I think I average 1.2k XP in it, somewhere around there. Wow, my neck is warm. Yay, body heat. Oh, sorry, that's probably really weird, but I have a really itchy neck right now. And there we have the kill on the scum pig, always making me feel... Maybe that's why my neck warmed up. It was like, oh, killing pigs, oh. And I produced a copious amount of body heat. Gentlemen, there was another thing that I wanted to cover. I might cut right now if I remember. No idea what it was. So, gentlemen, I will say farewell for now. Remember, any question you like in chat, have some fun ones as well. Mr. Poodle was there last time, I believe, with Can You Do the Can, which resulted in... No. Stuff. KV-2 hype in the comments as well at the end of your question if you want to see a KV-2 highlight with myself, JDEG, and first, was it? I can't remember. I play with a lot of lovely, elegant people. Gentlemen, until next time, farewell.
Jingle! Sure. No. It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Can you stop camping, please, killer?